was going to go magnet fishing, and as soon as I got outside, I realized it was just way too windy. But I decided to go ahead and check out some places anyway. And you can see the waves here are just so big for a lake in Oklahoma. And these are the kind of rocks that it would get my magnet stuck on if I were to try to fish from here, even if I went down to the shoreline, because I'm pretty sure these rocks extend below the water surface here. And sure enough, I'd get the magnet snagged around some of these rocks and get stuck. So I moved down a little further from the beach to get a better view. You can see the restaurant in the distance that I was on the other side of just a moment ago. And the waves here are just so big. Some of them, the low point right after a wave and the high point of the next wave, I think that gap was bigger than a small adult. Still, it's a very pretty lake. And there's a Oklahoma Boating Club or Oklahoma City Boating Club. It's private property, so I wouldn't be able to go over there and fish from those boat docks, unfortunately. And this shoreline is all covered with rocks. This is a little further down on the other side of the boating club, and there's a table sitting here, which I think may have blown across the stretch of the lake from that restaurant. Don't know how long ago, though. It looks like it's been out here for a while. And it looks like somebody's lost their underwear there in the rocks. Further up the shore, there's less rocks here. This might be a good shoreline to magnet fish from. I saw some people look like they may have been out here fishing. And even here, the waves and the water movement is just so fast that I didn't carry my magnet out today. I was just going to get some video of the lake and maybe scope out some different places while I was out enjoying the sunlight. Saw some fish bones and then a bracelet here on the shoreline. There were a lot of birds out. There are some of the ducks that I saw this day. And if you look at this white pile of stuff here on the shoreline, those are shells, which I assume have been opened and eaten by either birds or some other animal in the area. There's just a big pile of shells right there on the waterline. Most of them are open and empty. Here's one, a larger one that was still connected to both parts and open. And here come those waves that I mentioned. I was just amazed while I was out at how beautiful the lake was, even with all the shells sitting there on the shore and very few places to magnet fish. As a closer look at some of these shells, you can see how low the water level has dipped from where it was previously, just by looking at the distance from where I am now to the shoreline. And while I was walking around, I noticed these birds that were trying to fly but didn't seem to be having much luck. They weren't able to go very far, if at all. Most of them were getting blown back. I did pick up some trash that I found while I was scanning the shoreline, walking around. Just amazed at the size of the waves for an Oklahoma lake. This is on the eastern side of the lake, so the wind was coming from the northwest. I did find a boat ramp that didn't have those large rocks around it, so this might be another good place to fish. While I was there were some kayakers that were packing up for the day. I don't know if they had been out on the water or if they just decided it was too windy. But as we looked out onto the uh, into the sunset here, there were a number of birds on the shore that would try to fly, and they weren't able to get out across the water at all, and so they were just sitting on the shoreline, which doesn't look like they're showing up very well on the video here with that sun directly in our face. You can see some of the birds, kind of the silhouettes there as they try to fly and land again. If you like our content, subscribe, click on the like button, and leave us a comment on where you'd like to see us check out next.